Burnley, and if we start off with Vinny O'Connor from Sky Sports, please.
Hi, Carlo. Are you well?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. First of all, though, Carlo, can I just check how Robin Olsen is after the ordeal he and his family have been through?
Robin Olsen, he had a problem physically, and he started training this week. Honestly, we have to check today if he's good, can be available for the game tomorrow. And the other thing that happened is private matter, and so I don't want to go in there.
In general terms, though, can I ask you what impact an incident like that has on the group as a whole, and what concerns you have for your own? Because obviously you've suffered something similar, and the players' safety as well. And what assistance, what extra security measures the club can offer you guys?
Well, it's difficult to say something. I think that everyone is really disappointed for this, sad for this, and the club is working on this to keep the safety of the players at the top, the players of everyone that is working here at the top, at the best. So the club is working on this.
Looking to the football side of things, what update can you give us on Abdoulaye Doucouré's injury?
Doucouré had a small fracture on his foot, and so he has to stay out. I don't know how long, maybe 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. I hope that he can recover before the end of the season.
How big a blow is that? Because obviously you just got Alan back to fitness, and almost immediately you then lose Doucouré.
We are not happy for this. Doucouré did really well. It is an important player for us, but I think that we are not the only club that has to manage the injury. In this period, there are a lot of injury, and so we have to manage this. We were able to manage the absence of Alan, of Digne for a long time, and so I think that we will be able. We have Tom Davies back, we have Coleman back, we have Mina back, and so I think that we can manage.
Was it an impact injury, Carlo, or is it due to workload, a stress fracture?
I don't know. Really, I don't know if it was an impact, but is a small fracture on his foot, and is not available he has to rest.
As you mentioned, Seamus, obviously we knew back this weekend, and Yerry Mina available as well?
Mina is available. She trained this week properly without problem, so he will be available. Not available Delph, and not available James, and we have to check Sigurdsson, that he had a problem on his ankle during the last game. We have to check him from in the training today. James had because there are a lot of rumors around James. James played really well against Man United, that he scored a goal. He played really well against Liverpool, but he was not 100% fit, and he had a little problems. And after that, and for the fact that we are going to have really important games to the end of the season, we decided to give him a proper recovery and don't let him to play at 70%, 80%. So he has to recover, and when he will be 100%, he's going to play again. We have taken this decision together. We have no problem with the player. The player is agreed. Of course, the player wants to play, but he played against Liverpool, and after 60 minutes, I took him out, and against United was the same. And so it's better to him to solve his problem and to be ready for the end of the season. That can be, I think, after the break. And so it's not a big problem. It's not a big problem because with the same problem he played against Liverpool and against Manchester United.
Now, Sean Dyche said that he thinks that you're a class act. What do you think of Sean?
No, we didn't spend a lot of time, but together, I can say that Burnley, the style of play, I like a lot the style of play of Burnley. Why? Because they play clear 4-4-2. I was born in 4-4-2 with Saki as a player, as assistant, and Burnley explained really well how you have to play 4-4-2, and that's it. This is what can I say. He's a good guy. We spent some time before games, but nothing more. But I respect for the style of play of Burnley that I like a lot, because I think that they are not invented.
Yes.
They are not inventing a new football, but they are playing a really good 4-4-2, because football is already invented a long time ago, and I think that managers that thinks to invent football, they are wrong.
Speaking of managers, we understand that Chris Wilder is about to leave his post at Sheffield United. I just wonder what you think of the job that he's done there.
Yeah, when I arrived last season, Sheffield United was above us. They are fighting for Europe, and it was unbelievable that for a team that came from the second division. I think that the job that he has done was a fantastic job, but today he will be in the club of the manager that was sacked, and so the club has a lot of members in that sense. And I have to say, I can say to Chris, enjoy your holiday.
One final thing from me, Carlo. It's back to VAR, unfortunately, but the Premier League is to survey clubs for ways to improve VAR. How would you improve it?
I think that the VAR is working well. Of course, some decision is really difficult because are not objective. If with offside there is no problem, of course, sometimes you are disappointed because your goal is disallowed for 1 centimeter offside, but it's an objective decision. When the decision, if not objective, like handball or this and that, where the referee has to decision, there is more controversy, but I think that VAR is useful for football.
Thanks, Carlo. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sam Ashu from Premier League Productions, please.
Hi, Carlo. Nice to see you. Burnley versus Everton, Goodison Park, 15 months ago, your first game in charge for the club. What were your memories of that at the time, and how has your side evolved since then?
I have a good memory. We won at the end with the fantastic goal of Dominique. The reception that I had is one of the best moments of my career, and I have a good memory of that game. It was a difficult game, and it will be a difficult game tomorrow.
And how would you say your side has evolved since then? Is it belief? Is that the main thing you would say since that game 15 months ago? How has your side improved?
No, I think that the team improved. Of course, we are in a better position in the competition. We are fighting for position in Europe. We have signing good players to improve the squad. I think that we are in the right way for what we want to achieve in the future.
Patience was the key back in that game 15 months ago in the 1-0 victory. Burnley have only conceded more than once on one occasion in their last 7 games. Do you think patience will once again be the key going into this game?
Yes, patient, it will be important. Intensity will be important. Focus on the game, concentration. As I said, they are playing really well this system. We have to pay attention and try to find to have a good control of the game and to find solution in front that in the last game we didn't have a lot of opportunity, and we want to be more creative in front.
Alistair McGowan from the BBC, please.
Hi, Carlo.
Hi.
I just obviously now you mentioned there you've had Alan and you've managed and also been injured and also with the Corey being injured.
Alistair, can you just repeat the question, please? We couldn't hear that.
Sorry, you mentioned there obviously about you've managed with Alan being injured and you'll have to manage now with Decore as well being injured. Do you think that you need to sign more midfielders this summer?
We are thinking about this. We are thinking we have to look for the recovery of Gabaman that we didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't see him train in the last 1 year and a half, and I think this is an important target. If Gabaman is okay, I think that in midfield we have a good option.
And just before you were talking about Sean Dyche and how he plays 4-4-2, and you were almost born with 4-4-2. You also mentioned there that a lot of managers think they've invented football.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone in mind?
I have a lot of in mind, but honestly, I cannot tell to you.
But is that a thing though? Do you think that you see, you've seen everything in football? Do you see a lot of new managers who bring new things and you think to yourself, I've seen that all before?
Yes, of course, there are. I think that football evolved. No, is evolving and is evolved and is still evolving. I had the luck to train with with Sacchi that really did something special, above all in Italy, where Italy was only defense, and Sacchi, I think, was able to bring a new philosophy of the Italian football with more pressing, more intensity, more different methodology of training, and so. But and he's still changing football. Now you can play with the goalkeeper, for example, where you were not allowed to play in the past. So, but really to invent is really complicated.
Mike Hughes, Radio Merseyside.
Hi there, Carlo.
Hi.
The Burnley game last season, as you mentioned, your first game in charge, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored that incredible goal. You said after the match that he had the potential to be one of the best strikers in Europe, and he's improved and he's shown that this season. The goals have slightly dried up for him recently, though he's still been playing well. What can you do as a team to create more opportunities for him in the final third and to give him the chance to get back amongst the goals?
No, I think that we have to. I don't think to change the style of our play, but I think that we have to play more forward. We have to press more high than the last game. It's true that the last game that we played, I think that were a really difficult game against Liverpool, against Chelsea. We didn't have a lot of chance, a lot of opportunity. I think that for the next game, we can press more forward. We can keep our defensive line higher, and I think that in this sense we can have more opportunity.
Because you would expect to have a lot more possession against Burnley tomorrow than you did against Chelsea and Liverpool and other teams, and you can press forward more quickly. Does that change in emphasis in styles? Does that create more and different challenges for the players, and how best do they respond to that?
First of all, if you are able to defend, to press a little bit higher, you have the possibility to catch the ball closer to the opponent goal, and so we have more opportunity with 2 or 3 passes to create opportunity in front. This is the reason. But of course, the quality in the final thirds had to be better, and above all, the midfielders have to be more focused on the final pass, and that's it.
Josh King came off the bench at Stamford Bridge and showed up really well. And you played that final sequence of the game with Josh King, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Richarlison all on the field. Is there a possibility with the final third of the campaign now that you may consider starting all 3 in some matches? And if you would, how do you envisage that would work out formation-wise?
No, I think that it can be an option. I think that Josh is ready to start the game, and the shape will be for 3-3, I think, for sure. Also, if Josh, I think that in a 4-4-2 can play as a winger, at least on the right and also on the left, without problem.
James Savundra, TalkSport.
Carlo, you said that James is going to have a proper recovery now. He's missed 8 Premier League matches this season. It looks like he'll miss a couple more. Do you think we'll get to a stage where he will be consistently available for your side? Because it must be frustrating. He makes such a big impact when he plays, but it's been difficult for him to build momentum with these small problems he's had.
Yes, I think that this is our goal. This is his goal, to have more consistency in performances. I think that the start of the season was really good, and then he started to travel, and not only him, but all the players. I think that the season is really busy, and he didn't play, and he didn't play with consistency. But our goal is to give him the possibility to improve his condition and to be and to play with consistency.
And if I can ask you about,
you have to consider also that the last 2 years of him were not so easy. He didn't play a lot of games, and so yes, if he is able to play with consistency, I think that it could be good for our squad, because what he did, also if he didn't play, he missed a lot of games. What he did in the game that he played, also when his condition was not so good, was really fantastic. So, because what he did, for example, against United, against Liverpool, where his condition was not optimal, we are thinking, and when it will be optimal, I think that it can be the difference.
Alex Iwobi came off early against Chelsea. He put a post up on Instagram talking about playing for the national team, and he said, hopefully I get to play in my preferred position. Do you know what that preferred position is? Have you spoken to him? And will you be able to accommodate his wishes?
No, yes. Really, I didn't speak. I read the post that he did, and I want to speak, of course. I would like to know his preferred position, because usually I want to put player on the pitch where they are comfortable to play, not where they are uncomfortable to play. And if he has an idea of where he prefer to play, I have to know. I want to know. I am delighted to know his preferred position. I put him in his preferred position for sure, no doubt. And I have to tell him. I'm going to tell him. But tell me. I am your manager. Tell me where you prefer to play. When I thought to put Pirlo as holding midfielder, I asked him, "Do you like to play there or not?" Yes, he said to me, I love to play there, and so I put him there. If he wants to play number 10, number 9, I put him number 10 or number 9. I have no problem. I can adapt the system.
Okay, we'll just take one from Carl Malcolm, please.
Hi, Carlo.
Hi.
Hi. Considering the influence that James and Doucouré have had on the team this season, how confident are you that their longer absences aren't going to affect the challenge for European places?
I'm not complaining because I think that apart Doucouré, but James will be available. I think after the break, he will be for sure available, and so we can count on him. And the other, from the other side, is true. Doucouré, it will be more difficult, but as I said, we have the skills to also without Doucouré to fight for European position.
And finally, we'll just go to Louis Restorepo in the open pack.
Hello, Carlo. How are you? I would like to dig a little bit more in James, because you kept saying that he got little problems, that 1% and he's not 100%, but these little problems and 1% keep him out from the squad. Which kind of little problems he got at the moment? I mean, which kind of problems he got? He had?
Yes, he had problem on his calf. That this calf is against the game Manchester United and against Liverpool. He charged a lot. He became tight, and it was not able to train at his best. And so, to avoid this, to give him to the calf the best situation, the best position to avoid this tightness that he has during the training, we prefer to keep him out for at least 7 days, 10 days, 15 days to recover properly. And when he's ready to start to training with the team and to play at his best, that was he was not able to do against the game against United and against Liverpool.
Okay, thank you.
Clear? Un'altra. Talk, we are on mute.
Otra, eso, gracias. Es otra pregunta. Did he come to Everton with those injuries, or he developed the injury here playing for Everton in the Premier League, or he came with this injury from Real Madrid?
No. So the tightness come with the training, come with the he didn't have this kind of problem, because he had this kind of problem. He was not able to play at the beginning of the season. And so with this problem, he played, as I said, with this problem, he played against Manchester United, against Liverpool. And so, but we don't want him to play because he is going to risk a bigger injury. That is what we don't want. And so we want to avoid this kind of tightness that he has after 45, 60 minutes in the game. And so we have to do a proper recovery. We have to do a special exercise for him to improve his calf condition.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of the open section. So if the newspapers can